Top the morning, ladies. My name is Tess, and welcome to the custom card review video. So, in this video, and no, I'm not eating chips. I'm just biting my own tongue. So just to clarify that up for you. So, in this video, I am gonna review a archetype or like support of every other archetype. And so let's begin. And this one is to start this is called One Piece Archetype. I am going to add the one thing like from the other archetype thing from where is it? If I find it all. So yeah, I found it, but this one. So One Piece Horby Fruit Girl. When this card is normal or special summon, you can take one monster from your opponent's deck or hand or graveyard to be special summoned to your field in attack mode. But their effects are negated until this card leaves the field. Or if this card attacks a monster before damage calculations, you can discard one card from your deck or hand to the grave to destroy all cards from your opponent's field. And then this card attacks 3 times per battle. And this card is unaffected by your opponent's card effects and can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects. If this card is sent to the grave, you can add one piece Horrible Fruit spell card from anywhere to your hand. And then this card is added to your hand from your graveyard. And this card's effects cannot be negated by card effects. You can only use its effect for once per turn. So, yeah. So she is basically, when she is summoned, she takes a monster from the opponent's field, or from the deck, or hand, or graveyard to your field. You can also use her to XYZ summon later on. So, and the spell card that she looks out for is One Piece Horrible Fruit. If this card is equipped to a monster, and it gains this effect for once per turn. This card is unaffected by your opponent's card effects and can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects. And then this card gains 100 defense for each draw phase. If this card is sent to the grave, well, it's equipped to a monster, and the equipped monster is tributed to ritual summon one piece Horrible Fruit Doll from your deck or hand or graveyard or battlefield to your field in attack mode, and it gains this effect for once per turn. This card's effects cannot be negated by your opponent's card effects, and it gains 1,000,000 attack points for each draw phase. If this card is in your graveyard and your opponent declares an attack on your monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard to negate that attack and end their turn. So basically, like, this is supposed to be like a equip spell card turn, and you can, it's just like how she usually does things in the anime, like she touches a person, and then when she lets go, then that person becomes a doll, or like a toy doll thing, or a toy. So the card that it shirts out is One Piece Horrible Fruit Doll. So, yeah. And this one would be the, like, this card must be ritual summoned by the effects of One Piece, that spell card. If this card is summoned this way, you can special summon One Piece Horrible Fruit Girl from your deck or hand or graveyard or battlefield to your field in attack mode. If you have her on the field, for once per turn, your opponent must discard 2 cards from their deck to the graveyard. And then this card gains attack, and for each card from both players' graveyards. If this card is sent to the grave, you can inflict damage to your opponent's life points equal to this card's attack points. And then this card, and then you draw 3 cards from the top of your deck. So basically, you can use her to steal a monster, use the spell card to equip to that stolen monster to bring out him, and he summons her back. Now the ritual card, One Piece Horrible Fruit Halloween Girl. It takes 2 level 4 spell type monsters. This card is treated as that card before. This one on the field or graveyard or bandit zone. If this card is XYZ summon, you can detach 1 from this card to take 2 monsters from your opponent's deck or graveyard. So basically, this is the upgraded form. And if this card attacks, you can detach 1 to and then and this card attacks 3 times. And you can special summon, or she gets killed, you can special summon her with double attack points. Basically 3,000. Sorry. And the Captain Chan, One Piece Fruit, Fan Fruit, Captain Chan. This one summons her to the field. Attack mode. And if you do, add 1 ritual card monster from anywhere to your hand for once per turn. If this card is used for, or this things like Ritual Fusion, Synchro, Hero, XYZ, or Link with a monster, and it gains this effect for once per turn. This card can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects, and this card is unaffected by the effects of your opponent's card effects, and it gains, yeah. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can shuffle one XYZ monster from anywhere to your extra deck, and then this card is sent to your deck from anywhere, and shuffle it, and then draw 4 cards from. And then, so basically, this one is like, oh, I summon. I'm in my favorite person in attack mode, and then this one summons him, but in attack mode, and it gets tripled. So basically 16 plus 16 plus 16 equals like something. I don't know. So, yeah. If this card attacks any monster before damage calculations, you can pay 100 life points to destroy all cards from your opponent's field and hand to the grave, but their effects aren't negated until this card leaves the field. If this card is used for like any summon, like Ritual Fusions, XYZ, or Link, I talk so fast, so with a monster or monsters, it gains this effect for once per turn. Same effect, but as the previous card. If this card is sent to the grave, you can draw 2 cards from the top of your deck, and then you can special summon Heavy Fruit. I haven't gone around on making her yet, so, and yeah, basically this card. And then we got One Piece Clone Monster, and this one is like gains attack and like does that. So Luffy, this is my version of Luffy. When this card is like, you can summon Fire Fist Ace, and this card, it attacks like and 100 to destroy all cards from the field. And the Fire Fist Ace thing, when it's summoned, is like burns opponent's life points. And One Piece, now the trap cards are One Piece Brothers in Arms. You can activate this card if your opponent activates a card effect that destroys One Piece Fire Fist Ace monster from anywhere to be sent to the grave. And you gain like life points for each level that. So if you have that in your graveyard, you can inflict damage. And of course, Fire Fist Aces that I remember from the anime, that he does like these attacks. Next thing, this card is equipped to Fire Fist Ace monster, and it gains like 100 attack points for each battle phase for once per turns. And attacked by like that, you can send this card from anywhere to the graveyard to negate that attack and end their turn. This card's effects cannot be negated by card effects. If this card is if this card is in your graveyard, sorry, I can't talk. So, basically, you can banish this card from your graveyard to inflict damage to your opponent's life points, or each card from both players' graveyards and banish zones, or once per turn. So, this one is basically like burning your opponent's life points. Like, if you had 20 cards in the graveyard, 20 cards in the banish zone, so does your opponent. Yeah. That would have been game over. So, yeah. And do you like this content, the dual logs? It's quite literally I'm trying to talk fast so that you think I'm eating chips right now, probably. And you should you should bring back the custom cards thing. And so, this is the final card before the one card that I picked. One Piece Fire Fruit. If this card is equipped to a One Piece Luffy of Rubber, the one that you saw before you, this, from the field, and its attribute becomes fire type, and it gains this effect for once per turn. This card makes up to 4 attacks for once per battle, and this card earns effects cannot be negated by card effects. It can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects. If this card is sent to the grave, you can select one monster from your opponent's deck to be special summoned to your field in attack mode, ignoring their summoning conditions, and their effects are negated. And so basically, like, if you wanted someone's Blue Eyes White Dragon, or like some powerful monster, you could just easily summon it, wipe your entire monster board, or like, yeah. Now, and there was 2 cards, but I forgot to add them. One of them was the Eater Fruit, and and that card's broken, but the card that I picked, or should I say the archetype that I picked for One Piece thing, is Cyberstein monsters. And I know I'm not holding a candle to you, the dual logs, but one thing you forgot in that video, or in that live stream, just one, I'm not holding anything else. It was Cyberstein's Dr. Stein. And this card is supposed to be in that video with Igor and all those, 4 cards. Because this one, and when this card is summoned, you can discard 5 cards from deck that you can choose which ones And then you can special summon 2 monsters from your deck, or graveyard, or battlefield zone, or hand to your field. In attack mode. And their effects gets added to this card's urn without paying life points to use their effects. And this card is sent to the grave by battle or by card effects. You can summon this card to your opponent's field in the defense mode with 100 attack and defense, and it can't be changed. So, yeah. Basically, this card can balance it. Like, basically, you get, like, Summon in and, like, summons Igor and, like, Cyberstein and, like, yeah, so, and I also made these ones before. Like, I made this one for you, the dual logs. So, I hope that you're happy about it. And this one is called Cyberstein's Dual Logs. When this card is activated, you can select one card, or like select one effect for once per turn. Basically, all monsters on your field, from your opponent's field, must be destroyed, and then you gain life points equal life points to their combined attack points. And then number 2 is you can special summon Cyberstein monster from anywhere to your field in attack mode. And it has a graveyard effect. And plus, so each one of these, like this one, and all these, I know that you only chose like 4, but there was 10 cards, but I only picked 5 of them, because I chose this one with that. So if you're watching the dual logs, please bring it back. Okay. So yeah. And do you like my One Piece archetype, Hard Like Joe, too? Because this is kind of interesting archetype. I had like 4 cards. I literally had 4 cards made after. Like, I made 2 pendulum monsters, 1 fusion monster, and 1 something I forgot. So, yeah. For it. So that's basically 15 images. So, do you like this Yu-Gi-Oh thing? Like, do you like my Cyberstein's Bone Picker? Or do you like my Cyberstein's Dr. Stein? Or my favorite ones is the One Piece one. Like with him summons him, adds a ritual monster, and summons her to the field. And once he goes to graveyard, he can put her back into the deck thing. Or into the extra deck. And yeah. And this one summons like a. I was trying to go for like make your opponent's life points weaker kind of deck and focus more on the anime of One Piece. Because this one adds this one to your hand and adds herself. And like does that. So because in the anime, she or like her devil fruit allows her to like touch somebody and they turn into a toy. That's what I was trying to base off of it. So yeah. So please leave a like, share, subscribe, and comment and below. And